So now what we have to do, we have to do the actual working of this form. Okay. So what we have to do when this person will actually submit, we have to go ahead and we have to write your name as equals to update. Okay. And I'm going to go to the form here and I'm going to say that action is basically is equals to the same, but I'm just going to be using, what do we have? We have method is basically is equals to post. Okay, so you can see this is right here. Now what we have to do, we just have to go down. And after this form ends, we have to just start our PHP coding. Okay, and in here, we will be working up with our PHP stuff. So for first, what we have to do, we have to see if the button is actually clicked. Okay, I'm just going to zoom this up so that you can see it much larger. Okay, I first have to see if the button is actually clicked. I'm just going to make sure that this is full screen so that we can actually work properly here. So I'm just going to write here if is set $_post submit. No, sorry, not submit. It's basically update. So I'm going to write here update. If the update button is actually clicked, okay, then what I have to do, I have to update this. So if the update button is clicked, then we have to work. First, what we have to do, we have to just grab all the results. So how are we going to grab? We just have to write here $author underscore name is equals to, or we can just go to our sign up and we can grab all these. But let's just do it so that you guys don't get confused. So I'm just going to write here $_post. Okay, and here I'm going to write author underscore name. I'm just going to write this and I'm going to just copy paste, and copy paste. And you can see that I have this. Now I have to look for the email. So I'm going to write this $author underscore email is equals to author underscore email. And now I have to grab the author underscore name. From the author underscore name, it should be author underscore password. Okay, and this should be author underscore password. Same like this, I'm going to look for the author underscore name. And this author underscore name will be author underscore bio. Okay, and this is going to be author underscore bio. Okay, and here what we have to do, we just have to do it and we have to remove everything that we have extra in here. So now what we have to do, we just have to go ahead and we have to work up with this password and every element that we have here, and it should be my SQLi underscore real underscore escape underscore string. Okay, just use this function. Okay, and make sure that nobody just goes just add some malware content into our website so that we can just confirm it from here. Okay, I'm just going to write $connection with a comma, and this is right here. And now what I have to do, I have to go and I have to copy. Okay, I have to come here, paste. Just add this parenthesis, close this parenthesis here, come up here, paste, close this parenthesis here, come up here, paste, and close this parenthesis here. And I can see this is right here. Okay, so now what we have to do, we just have to check if basically nothing are empty. So what we have to do, we just have to say checking if fields are empty. Okay, so now if the fields are empty, what we basically have to do is that we have to just check if empty, $author underscore name. So we actually don't want the author name, email, and bio to be empty because these are really important. So what I have to do here, I have to write R. Now I have to come up here and I have to copy, paste, paste. So if basic, oh, sorry. I have to write R here if our author name is empty, or copy, come up here, paste, paste. If our author name is empty, or our author email is empty, or our author underscore bio is empty. So if any of these things are empty, what we basically have to do, we have to just echo. And in this echo, we will say empty fields. Okay. Else, if they're not empty, okay, else they're not empty, then what we have to do, we have to check for another thing, and that is what we have if basically the email is actually email. So you can just come up here, checking if email is valid. Okay, so you can just write here if is not filter underscore variable. Okay, and now what you have to do, you just have to write here the email. So you have to write your author underscore email, and the second parameter is basically going to be filter underscore validate underscore email. This is going to just validate the email address. So if it's basically false, just say that it is false. So if it's false, we will just echo, please enter a valid email. Okay. Then what we have to do, we just have to come up here and we have to say else if this is actually an email. Okay, if this is actually an email, and then what we have to do, we have to check if password entered is new. Okay, so if basically the password that the user has entered is basically empty or not. So if the password is empty, we will not change the password. Okay, and if the password is basically just like someone has entered something in the password, then we will definitely change it. Okay, check if the password entered is new. This means that if the password is empty, okay, if dollar author underscore password. Okay, if author underscore password is basically empty, then this means that the user don't want to change his password. Okay, user don't want to change his password. Else, if this is not empty, this means that the user has entered something in the password field. This means that the user wants to change his password. So this means that user wants to change his password. Okay, so you can see this is right here. So if user wants to change his password, then what we will do, we will probably change his password. So now we have to write here two queries. This one without the password change and this one with the password change. Okay, so what we have to do, we just have to come up here and we have to write here SQL is equals to update author set update author set here we're going to write author underscore name is equals to, okay, here we have to write the author underscore name. That is going to be author name. Okay, come up here and enter the name. Okay, and then what we have to do, we have to write a comma, and then we have to write the next thing that is called author underscore email. Okay, and here we're going to write the email dollar author underscore email. And now let's go ahead and let's add a comma here, and let's add author bio. So this is going to be set author email and author bio is equals to, and in here you have to write the author bio. So you have to write your dollar author underscore bio. Okay, and now we have to write the condition. So update author set author name is equals to author underscore name, author email is equals to author underscore email, author bio is equals to author underscore bio, there author underscore ID is basically is equals to dollar underscore session author underscore ID. So author underscore ID is basically in our session, and we're going to grab that ID and we're going to say that whichever profile we are actually working up, we have to work up with it. Okay, and now you can see this is right here. So I'm just going to end my SQL statement using the semicolon, and you can see this is done. Okay, I have to end my statement right here. Okay, and you can see this is done here. So updating will be performed. So now what I have to do, I have to go ahead and I have to say my SQLi underscore query. Okay, and then here I'm going to say first connection to the database, and then I'm going to run the SQL statement. So if it basically runs, okay, if it runs perfectly, then I have to say a success message, echo updated, record updated. Okay, else we're going to say error in and echo. So I'm going to write here error, and I can see what I'm doing here is basically, since my password is empty, I'm not just working up with my password, I'm only working up with the author name, author email, and author bio. Okay, and I just go ahead and I just update them. So let's just go ahead and let's see. Okay, let's just come up here and let's see if this works or not. So I'm just going to come up here, I'm going to open up my admin panel, and I'm going to just refresh here, and it's just the unexpected error in line 109. So 109, we have an unexpected error, and this is yes. we are using this single quotation mark here, and then we are using this here again. This means that we are actually doing a mess. Okay, so what we have to do for that is that we just have to come up here, okay, and have to just say dollar user profile author underscore ID. ID is basically is equals to dollar underscore session author underscore ID. Okay, and now let's go ahead and let's copy this author underscore ID here and let's paste it. I'm just going to come up here. I'm going to save it. And I'm going to come up here and I'm going to refresh. And I can see it's right here. Okay, so I just go ahead and I just write Tenzil. Instead of this Tenzil, I'm going to write my full name. And here I'm going to write, hey, I am Tenzil. Okay, I just go ahead and I just hit update. And you can see that here we get the error. So this means that we have actually not added the connection to the database. So we have to include the functions. Okay, we have only included the function. We have to also include the connection.php. Okay, let's come up here. Let's save it. And now let's come up here. Let's refresh. Okay, now what I have to do, I have to go ahead and I have to write my full name. I have to write my bio. Hey, my name is Tenzil. Okay, now I just hit update. And there we go, it says record updated. And now if I just go ahead and I just refresh this page, you can see that the record must be updated. But the record is actually not updated. And the reason for that is because we also have to go ahead and we also have to change our sessions, because you can see that our sessions is not changed. We have to come up here, and if we just come up here and we open up the author, you can see that our record is updated, but this is actually coming up from the session. So when our record are updated, then what we have to do, we also have to update our sessions here. So what we're going to do, we just have to come up here. And now we have to use the exact same thing that we have here for the session. Okay, and we're going to just actually copy everything that we have here in the login.php. Okay, and the session author underscore ID should not be changed. Okay, author underscore name should be changed to author dollar. Author underscore name should be changed to dollar author underscore name. Okay, dollar author underscore name. Okay, and this dollar underscore session author underscore email should be actually changed to author underscore email. Okay, and author underscore bio should be actually changed to author underscore bio. So I'm just going to come up here and I'm going to say author underscore bio, and this is right here. So now you can see that we actually update these sessions as well, because these settings are actually updated in our database. So these needs to be updated in the sessions as well. And now if I just go ahead and I just come up here and I just, let's suppose that I just go ahead and I just add these things. Okay, I just say Tanzila Rahman, and here I say, hey, I don't like my girlfriend. Okay, I'm just gonna go and I'm gonna hit update. And you can see it says record updated. And now if I just go and I just refresh this page, you can see that these records are actually updated. So when the record is actually updated, what you can do, you can also refresh this page by just writing the header, and then you can write here so that actually the user should know that his record is updated. Okay. Instead, you can just come up here and instead of this record updated, after all these sessions are actually done, what you can do, you can just come up here and you can say header. Okay, and in this header, you'll probably write location. Okay, location. In this location, you will say index.php question mark message is equals to record plus updated. Okay, and you have to come up here to the login and you have to grab this thing, which is if is set message. Okay, and you have to copy all this. Okay, and then what you have to do, you just have to come up here and you have to just add it in right here. I think it should be before the form. So before this form, there's the form. Yes, this is the form. So I'm just going to come up here and I'm going to write my PHP statement just here. And you can see it's basically going to just show the message. So I'm just going to come up here and I'm going to refresh. And you can see these are right here. Hey, I am Tanzil. Okay, and I just come up here and I just update. And you can see that here I get a message which says record updated, and this here am Tanzil is right here in this. So this means that this is actually running perfectly. I can just go ahead and I can close this message if I want to. And you can see this is right now working totally perfect. See, like this, now we have to work up the exact same thing that when a user enters his password. Okay, so if the user entered his password, then this means that user want to change his password as well. Okay, and what we will do, we will just copy everything. Okay, and we will just come up here and we will paste everything here. Okay, so if basically user wants to change his password as well, then what we have to do, we have to write a comma here, and we have to write here, we have to basically work up with the author underscore password as well. Author underscore password should be is equals to, and a hash password should be set. So what I have to do right now is that I have to create a hash password. I have to write here $hash is basically is equals to password underscore hash. And in here, you first have to write the $author underscore password, comma, and then password underscore default. Okay, and you can see this is right here. So now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to save it. And I'm going to just grab this hash. And I'm just going to come up here. And I'm going to just paste it right here. So now you can see that author password is also just this $hash. Okay. So when the user just changes password, then we also changes this password from the author password, and we also just come up here and we takes the user to the login.php. Okay, we takes the user to the login.php. Okay, and we also destroy session underscore unset. Okay, and then what we do, we just write here session underscore destroy. So what we are actually doing, if someone just changes his password, then we unset his session and we destroy his session, and then we say record updated. And now we're gonna write a statement here. You may log in again. So I'm gonna write this, you may log in again. You may log in again now with the new password. Okay, so I'm just gonna come up here and I'm gonna just save it. And you can see that when the user just comes up there and he just goes ahead and he just works with everything, then we actually don't want to work with the session. We just first the session to be unset. Okay, that's so that the sessions must be unset and they must be destroyed, and the user should be sent to login.php with a message record updated. You may log in again now. Okay, so now if I just go ahead and I just open up and I just change the password as well. Okay, I just comes up here. I just open up this index.php and I say, let's suppose that I want to change the password. Okay, I want to change the password to this thing. I just go ahead and I hit update, and I can see it says record updated. You may log in now. If I just go ahead and I am up to change, enter the previous password, I just sign in, you can see I get login error. So now I basically have to go ahead and I have to enter my new password, and I have to just hit sign in, and now you can see that I'm actually signed in. So this is how basically for example like this, I'm just gonna write here password and I just hit update, and you can see record updated, you may log in now, you may log in again now. So I have to enter my new password that I have entered. Okay, and you can see this is right here. So now we are totally done with the dashboard page. In the next video, we will be working up with the next pages. Okay, so now there will be much more fun. Okay, so stay tuned, guys, and bye-bye.